General.
We are live, and I fucked up
Hello.
again.
What'd
Yeah,
you fuck
hello.
up?
I mean, we're live. Like,
Yeah.
We are
hello.
What
we
up?
are live.
Yeah. Can't confirm.
I said it at the beginning of last episode, but I will say it again. We get scuffed more and more every episode. Uh, you'd think after like what 120 something, we would, figure it out. We won't. We won't figure it out.
I think this is working.
The thing that none of us
Oh,
hear.
You're playing some music while we're just talking over it? Okay. That's a good
You were
call.
talking far under it. Hello, welcome to Nerds in Space.
This is such a good intro. Oh my god.
Hello,
Our
hello.
4 listeners have already left. This is cool.
We were gonna gain another one, but they just noped before even opening it. They're like, I know what it's like. I know what the start is gonna be.
Oh, God.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Nerds in Space, episode 4. Might as well just kind of kick things off with a little recap. What happened last time, since it's been a couple weeks. So as you might remember, way back to the kind of the beginning of the story, y'all have bought a ship. It needs some repairs. It needs some gas. You owe money on it. Some docking fees. And yeah, so you are at RM80 kind of trying to figure that shit out before the Thorn comes to break up the gangs here and probably wreak some havoc.
Did we ever confirm that Hino is gonna give us fuel?
You
To get
I
her
mean,
off
she
planet.
wants to get the hell out, so I'd assume she's gonna give it to us.
you have made an agreement in which if you provide voyage off of RM80, that you will get some fuel in return, which kind of a win-win because if she doesn't give you the fuel, you can't actually bring her anywhere.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
the ship won't go. So you kind of have to. So what you had done recently was you had gone to the Parliament's main base, which is kind of like the computer center of RM80, and you kind of snuck into the security like server area and have shut down 2 things. One being the security system, and then secondly, the hollow, like the non-viz system that all of the drug addicts are attached to. Last thing that we did prior to kind of sending things off is that you have dropped into a hatch in the floor in that computer room, or in the main hall of the computer area.
Yeah, and luckily when we erased the camera footage, well, I should say Mufasa erased the camera footage. He's set the alarms to go off and unlock the doors, but wisely did not open all of the doors because we would have been sucked out into the nether, the void.
I was really hoping somebody would, but you don't get everything you
Who
want, I
puts
guess.
a freaking airlock right next to a server room? For Christ's sake! Like,
Uh,
Well, to be
poor
fair,
planning. It
fair,
must be the
this,
CR city management person that did that.
if you
I
remember
mean,
that, right?
City
We're on
planner.
the ring, and the ring is a mismatch.
Yeah, correct.
So this may have been a ship that was turned into a server room.
Yeah.
and when I say
Anyway.
server rack, what I mean is loose pile of shit with servers duct taped into them.
Duct
So
tape?
there's got to be duct tape.
Everyone
Like
has duct
if we've
tape.
gone this far into the future,
Figured it'd all be
and
used up by now.
Yeah, and there's no duct tape. Be a sad, sad life. There's no WD-40 though. So
Oh, squeaky
like,
everywhere.
yeah, everything sounds like a squeaky door, except for squeaky doors. I don't know, strange, but um,
That reminds me that I have some squeaky doors that I keep thinking I need WD-40 and I always forget.
I
And now you just
That's,
reminded me, and I'm gonna forget again.
that was a nice anecdote.
buy it on Amazon. Just
I
ship it
have some.
directly to you. Oh,
It's
nice.
literally underneath the sink. I just
You
forget
need
to do it because like it's in the morning when Marissa's sleeping or something. So I'm like, oh, anyways, sorry.
So
I just
death in space.
imagine I just imagine you like Hank Hill, that you've got like a little tiny WD-40 to open your bigger WD-40. Uh, fucking love King of the Hill. Okay, so you have all dropped into this grate. You see kind of the alarms start going off. The blinking blue light has turned into a blinking red light. So that's exciting. And you hear what sounds to be very disgruntled mumbling. Not quite yelling yet, but obviously everyone's awake.
I would assume very kind of like somber, confused, like waking up from sleep confusion a little bit.
So,
But I feel like the fuse could go off in this keg at any moment.
so what's that? That drug that nullifies opioids? Do you know what do you want to talk about?
Oh,
That's gonna bug me.
Narcan.
Yeah.
Narcan. Thank you. So when someone overdoses and you Narcan them, frequently when they wake up, they will start throwing like punches and attacking because they are fucking pissed off. Because one, they're confused, and two, you have just like null and voided all of the opiates in their system. Like it just doesn't work anymore, which is bad for addicts. That's kind of what's happening here. They
That's
haven't
kind of what I
quite gotten
assumed.
to their angry phase yet, but they're not. They're very confused and sluggish currently. Um, so
Okay. So we're just down in the duct. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
they're like through the grate into that
It
like
was,
kind of
and
crawl
it's
space.
only 4 feet
Yeah, we're
tall,
kind of all in there a little bit.
so we're all hunched over.
Yes, the tunnel is a little bit smaller than that, but like where you're at in the big like grate area.
And the tunnel goes essentially north, south, east, west.
The tunnel.
Either
So
way, we want to head
the whole
towards the
room is
office.
like an
Yeah.
octagon. Okay, and so that's roughly to your northwest, but the grades are on east and west. So it doesn't go north and south. There's like one
Got it.
tunnel.
Well, then, yeah, to the west then or whatever, towards the office. It's definitely where we should start heading, I think, right? Wasn't that
Do
the
we
whole plan?
do we want to head through the air ducts, or do we want to wait for chaos to hit, jump back out, and just go through the door?
We're down here. I think
All
we
right.
should. And you said we
I'll
should go east or
West.
west?
West. West is going to be towards the office, is what
East.
we just do.
I'll,
West.
I'll trust you guys not to eat me into space. Let's do this.
I'm more
All
just
right.
thinking I don't want the junkies like start like reaching their hands through and like try to grab us or some shit. Like you never know. I want to get away from them.
So Mufasa jumped in first, so he's probably closest to the west tunnel, unless we want to move around.
Sure, we can say it's me.
'Kay.
All right,
All right.
I'm gonna start crawling my way through.
Okay.
Push it.
So as you kind of move through the tunnel, um, you see that there's kind of like it's kind of full of just like garbage and cigarette butts and uh, you're fairly sure if there's probably like rats and shit down here. So it's not the cleanest of environments, but you don't have to like shimmy or anything. You're kind of just like hunched down as it kind of like progresses. So Luckily, also this tunnel does look to be an access, tunnel for all of the wiring that goes to the rest of RM80. You assume, because the walls and ceiling just seem to be lined with either panels, that can be removed for you to access behind it, or the vast majority of it is places where panels should have been, but have long since been re-welded in other more helpful places, like hole breaches and things like that. But it just seems to be wiring and cabling and tubes of miscellaneous use that kind of surround you. So it is incredibly dark down here. There is no light. You're kind of you've got a red blinking, luminescence behind you that kind of shows you where you're at momentarily, but as you kind of all file into this tiny tunnel, the red light becomes less and less helpful.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly and cautiously just keep moving forward while looking kind of above me for any light or like another hatch to kind of jump out of. But I'm not going to move quickly. Very cautiously, Josh.
You're gonna sprint down the hall. Got it. No, that's fine. That's fine. So the nice thing about this being an access tunnel full of cabling and wiring and everything is that the footing does seem to be pretty good, minus the random debris and garbage down here. Since it does seem as if its intended purpose is to have someone walk through it or crawl through it,
Crouch,
whatever you want to, crouch through it, then it's not like Die Hard with the thin metal ducting where you probably just fall through at any moment. It does seem relatively secure, which is good. But
I
you
would
kind
say
of
so because
continue.
underneath is probably just space.
There's a good possibility that like uh, inches between you and death.
Always.
So all you need is some random rock and you're all fucked. But
Okay, I'm actually, as I'm crawling, I'm going to pull out my tablet computer and I'm going to use the screen as light to help me see.
okay. So yeah, that helps quite a bit. It doesn't have a flashlight function like a cell phone or anything would, but you can definitely, as your eyes have adapted to kind of the lower light, then the tablet does seem to help quite a bit. You can kind of see that it continues forward and then branches. You can continue forward or you can go left or right.
What do you think, boys? He said northwest. We're going
Yeah,
west.
so right would
Right.
be, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a right turn.
You continue through. You continue, and you see up ahead. There's another kind of blinking red light, kind of coming through what you can only assume to be another grate.
We went south.
We went
No.
north.
Oh shit. Okay, right.
Don't take driving instructions from Justin. Got it.
Justin is never allowed to pilot
Cardinal
the ship.
directions. No.
Adam says we need to go west like 4 times. Just so we're going east, right? So yeah, you see what looks to be maybe another grate ahead. You see blinking red light, but you don't see like a light bulb. It's like coming from above.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn off my tablet computer then, or just lock the screen so there's no more light coming from it. Stow it back in my pack.
Password 1234.
Yeah. And then just kind of cautiously approach the opening and glance up and see what I see without sticking any part of me out.
Okay. So you see a bunch of shadows kind of moving around. You hear what looks to be maybe a struggle happening up above. You can hear like punches being thrown. Uh, and then you hear what sounds to be a pistol go off. Uh,
I'm assuming we
and
all hear that.
yeah, all of you hear this. And suddenly a lot of the light is blocked by what you can assume to be a body fallen down on top of the grate. Um, you hear kind of a clatter as something falls through the grate down into the vent shaft.
Oh, pissed.
Bang. Um, but you kind of hear um, some more commotion and then kind of silence.
Okay. Uh, does anybody else want to do something? I feel like I've been doing everything so
I
far.
mean,
I don't
you're
kind
wanna-
of
kind of leading.
behind
I don't
us.
think we
Or
can get
yeah, we're behind
in
you.
front of you. Yeah.
All right, I'm
You
gonna.
you'd
I'm gonna.
have to like lay down, and then they would have to like inchworm over you.
Okay.
Which
Hey.
it is possible,
I'm
but
gonna. I'm gonna feel down to see what was dropped.
okay.
From the gunshot
So
haze, like goes up against the side
Right? I'd be like,
panel.
oh shit.
you kind of feel around um, feel around the ground, and you find what can only be an oscillator knife. So this is a knife that's pretty common for uh, cutting machinery in space. It's like a normal knife, but it oscillates. Um,
I'm gonna hold on to that oscillating knife.
you do see that
Keister it.
uh it's really really hard to tell because of the red light and the lack of other light, but it seems to be covered in a liquid. Uh, you can't tell what color it is because you only have red light.
Who's directly behind me?
Me.
All right, I'm gonna wipe the knife on Hayes's coat. And
His fancy ceremonial garb that he's wearing.
Well,
Sure.
as you start to reach back,
Wow.
I can't see what it is, but I see shine off the liquid and metal material enough to see the shape, and I'm backing away from you as you're basically trying to thrust a knife in my direction.
Can you roll me what is it, a savvy? What is I really need to write these down.
Hayes or
Uh
Body,
myself?
deck, savvy, and tech.
savvy's the one for like uh intuition and perception, right?
Perception, intuition. Yep.
Okay. So roll that because it is low light and uh y- you whether you see the liquid or really see the knife at all is in question.
I got a 10.
A 10. I think 12 is a success. Let me double check. We haven't been doing a ton of these, so um sorry.
Also for you guys in general out of character Discord, I put the advancement in general rules, so if you guys ever needed to
Okay.
peek at those.
Yeah, I think it's a 12, but trying to find it. Okay, 1d20 plus the relevant ability. If the result is equal to or greater than a 12, the task is successful. Otherwise, the check fails. On a failure, the player's character suffers a complication or setback and gains 1 void point. So, your complication or setback is that you get what can be presumably be called blood on your robes.
So I got a void point.
Yeah.
I think you and I have one now, right, Justin? Or is that your second?
No, that's my first.
Okay, I think yeah, you and I each have one.
Cool. Yeah, I just ticked it on my character sheet.
Okay, and so I wipe the knife on Hayes, and I just go, let's keep moving.
And I just go like shh, like looking at it, pissed off, but you can't see my face, but I move my like shut the fuck up. But I
Okay,
don't say it back.
so presumably the tunnel keeps going.
So it does for a little bit, but it does seem to end kind of soon after the hatch.
Okay,
Great thing.
I'm gonna scoot a little bit past the hatch, and I'm just gonna turn, kind of shimmy my way, turning around, and I'm gonna look at the other guys and just kind of like shrug my shoulders like this.
Well,
Is
Hayes
there
will move
another
up.
like 4 foot square or like the similar thing underneath the grates? Like we can get it
Yeah,
up there.
like a 4x4x4
Okay.
kind
Okay.
of like drop area.
So you
Yeah.
got over, so we can. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the tunnel ends in another 4x4.
Yeah. There's a little bit like access after that, but we'll just call it like 2 feet. They're just like a little cubby.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hazel will move up under the grate. And so there's a dead body laying on it.
Mm-hmm. Blocking most of like the available light.
I'm gonna try to peek around and just see if I can see or hear any other people up there.
Okay,
Want me
go
to
ahead and roll
roll?
me another check. Yeah.
Savvy.
Yeah. 4. So unfortunately, the person seems to be wearing baggy clothes. Does kind of obscure the majority of the grate. What you do see kind of through the open area is like the side of a wall and some of the ceiling. There's not a ton that you can see through there. Plus, the flashing red light doesn't necessarily help you in any degree. So unfortunately, you don't gain any other information.
What about
You don't
audible?
you don't seem to hear anything. You do hear kind of like in the distance some random scuffling and shit, but you're unsure if it's in this room or outside of the room.
Did the other grate make noise when
Yeah,
we?
like like a metal kind of metal on metal. It wasn't particularly.
WD 40 metal on metal.
It wasn't like super loud by any means, but it wasn't silent either.
All right, so I'm gonna which one of you has the A Adam? So I'm gonna point sorry, Tick. I'm gonna look at Tick. I'm gonna point at Mr. Mittens on my back, and then
Mhm.
I'm gonna point at him.
I'm gonna point back at you and Mr. Mittens. Like what?
And then I'm just
I'll
gonna
turn
try and
around and whisper, hopefully loud enough for you to hear. Um, did you? Oh yeah, you didn't name him.
It's rat.
Send Rat up.
Mmm. Got it.
So
So yeah, he
I'll
reaches into his
slowly
suit.
and quietly creep up towards Mufasa to try to give Tick some more room.
Dick, I think being the tallest of y'all, is much closer to the grate than the rest of you as well.
just by crouching, even though he's crouching, he's still up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had the least enjoyable time going through those tunnels.
Oh yeah, I'd assume. Just like,
I mean, it's nothing you're not used to, but it doesn't make it more enjoyable. Um,
so you want me to grab Mr. Mittens and put him up there? Is that what you want? So you're
Mr.
pointing to
Mittens?
Mr. Mittens? Yeah, you want me to go? Oh
I'm
no.
I'm gonna be like motion like too big. He's too big.
Uh, Bullshit. Cat's gonna fit through some small things, but anyway. All right, I'm
He's a
gonna
robot, bitch.
I'm gonna grab Rat and just kind of like gently kind of set him almost kind of underneath the baggy clothing, but like the grate. So hopefully he's kind of hidden when I'm doing it.
Somewhere where the
But then-
clothing is kind of over it, but you're not like into the body.
Yeah, not just a hand reaching up through the grate and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he can crawl up and just want him to do a little surveillance, see what's going on in the room, and maybe report back pretty quick.
So you kind of reach your hand a little bit up there and kind of put Rat up there on the bars, who kind of like scurries a little bit away from you. And you hear for a second it moving around, but by the time it's like a foot away, it's too quiet to really notice. Do you want to do anything in the meantime before Rat hopefully comes back?
I want to look at the
Hopefully
bars
comes
and
back.
see how like wide they are in between, because I'm convinced Mr. Mittens could get through them.
So, it's roughly like 1.5 cats wide. No.
Look at him, I'm like,
So a cat could absolutely have fit through there, but they're like, think of a grate that's like small enough to walk on, but you would feel uncomfortable doing it.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
it probably would
So-
have been tough for a cat. I'll give him that.
Well, and remember, it's a metal droid cat, so if
Yeah,
it touched
can't
the other metal,
it
it
can't
would.
squeeze.
That's a good point. Well, maybe those little metal parts probably. Who knows?
But it could make more noise.
I think there's like a William Osmond video where he just takes a cardboard box with his cat in it and cuts progressively smaller and smaller holes to see like how many his cat can fit through. That will be the official test. No, probably I would say that the cat Mr. Mittens could have fit through.
It would have
It
been
would
tough.
need some coercing or butter or both.
Just spit on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Just
quick-
got to give the grade a little foreplay first.
outside of game, really quick, does my oscillating knife I got, Josh? Does that have any damage? Like, if I equip
It
it as a
does
weapon, what is it?
1d6 damage.
Okay.
It counts as a general melee weapon, a melee combat weapon. So that means I lied. My bad. 1d4 of damage.
Huh, sucks to suck.
Liar.
Uh,
It's better than
it-
fisticuffs.
takes 1 slot, and it's got a 2 condition, if that
Yep.
helps.
Okay.
But it has infinite uses unless you break it.
Unless you break it. Okay.
Well, and I believe
Ah,
there's condition loss, so just a reminder, for weapons, condition loss is determined once when the dust settles. After combat, roll 1d6 for each used weapon. On a 1, it loses 1 condition. If the damage rolled in an attack is the maximum possible value, 1 item carried by the defender loses 1 condition. The attacker can choose the item.
Okay.
I also have to point out this line specifically to Adam. The use value denotes how many actions the weapon can be used without reloading. It must then be reloaded with a new ammo clip, which requires 1 action.
Maybe it is a
Hilarious.
clip here, though. We don't
I mean, in
know.
that
That's-
case,
uh,
the
we're-
knife probably, but yeah.
You know what's
It's
funny? What's funny
it's a
about that is I was thinking in my head, if the item that had dropped in a pistol, I was gonna say out loud, I'm gonna check and see how many bullets are left in the clip. I was thinking it.
yeah,
Yes.
I thought that was funny, but yeah, 1d4 damage.
Okay.
So, and combat attacks work very similarly to just a regular skill check, but you would gain the 1d4 damage from the knife, assuming you decide to use it in
Hit,
that
yeah.
situation.
Okay.
So, if and when we get into combat, then we can kind of go over those rules a little bit more.
All right. I'm just not moving. I'm staying hunkered
Yeah.
down, waiting for. I'm gonna call him Scabbers. Waiting for Scabbers to come back.
His name is Rat. You
One
don't
or
call
two
you don't.
tweets.
All right, I'm gonna get some bullshit name for Mr. Mittens. You just wait.
Mr. Gloves. That'll teach him.
Evil incarnate. No.
All right, so Mufasa's the only one with a weapon.
Currently, yep.
Can
So
somebody.
you hear kind of some scratching, like a little bit of metal on metal, which you identify as Rat having returned. It normally would have beeped at you in a like kind of a squeaky type beep, but it knows it should be quiet. You gave it a reconnaissance, mission.
I like reach back up, kind of like underneath where I'd put him under the jacket, just kind of like waiting for him to come back to me. I guess.
Like jumps down on you.
Yeah.
We never like fully figured out how y'all are communicating with these things.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So we're just gonna say that you can communicate with your AI animals,
Okay.
and they can communicate back, but for some reason, no one else can communicate with other people's.
All right. Fair enough.
That's fair.
They've synced systems. I don't know. They've adapted.
I'm okay with that.
Space reasons.
What'd you find, buddy?
So, Rat communicates.
You're gonna have to learn voices for Mr. Mittens and Rats. Like you're gonna have to become that character, Josh.
I do have like that voice mod.
No.
I'll
I'll
have to create one. I gotta give like the deepest voice to Rat, Mr. Mittens. Just has like a
Mr. Mittens got to sound like a pansy. It's like, hey, it's Mr. Mittens.
Mr. Mittens. So
I accept it.
a Rat informs you that the office seems to be empty, although the door has been left open.
Oh, it is the office. It's the office.
An office.
Oh,
And
sorry.
do we all know
don't
that?
Yeah.
No,
Or is
I don't
that
know that yet.
strictly?
So
Tick,
I'm gonna.
that-
I mean, hold on. I'm waiting. Is there any other information? Or is that's all your reports back?
That's all it reported.
So I look at the guys and I'm like, circle around. I'm like, no one. Big
Okay.
zeros.
So I'm gonna.
Two zeros.
I'm gonna.
2 zeros. You guys
Big
are
ol'
very
goose
confused
egg.
about whatever Rat just said, but
I'm gonna. I'm gonna look at both of them, and I'm just gonna
Let's
say.
go.
I'm gonna say nose goes. All right. Looks like Hayes is going up first.
Well, we're gonna have to help them, so we're gonna have to like go and get the grate and start pushing it up a little bit. It's gonna be tough with the body.
Mufasa, you're the one with the knife. You have to go.
Nose goes rules apply. I'll lift the grate.
You have the weapon. Give me the weapon then.
Give him the knife then.
Nose goes.
I'm not letting a childhood game determine my fate.
Fine, I'll go. But later, if you call shotgun in the ship, it's not gonna count.
You're a child.
Things like
All right.
fair.
every time you stand up, then he's like, "You didn't say quack quack."
Yeah.
Well, it's my spot now.
I hate it. All right, well, Hayes will move up towards the grate and grab hold and kind of brace himself so he can really push up.
So if you recall, the grate was pretty heavy previously, and this one has a 130-pound person on top of it.
Junkie, obviously, if he's that much weight.
But we're kind of lucky that we're hunched over, so we could use our full bodies to
lift
really
with the
push
legs.
up.
Right,
Yeah.
like
Especially Tick.
straight up. Yeah.
So it's gonna take. You guys all may want to roll for it, just to kind of combine your strength.
Oh, I wasn't lifting. I was just waiting to jump out.
Okay.
So body, I got an 11.
Maybe you
Wait,
should
can I
help.
use a void point?
What?
Gain
You
advantage.
So
wasted?
void points. Let
You
me.
gain advantage on an ability check or attack roll.
I also rolled and I got a 16. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. So you succeed. What is advantage? Is that where you just roll twice and keep the better result?
I mean, that sounds like D&D.
That is how advantage works.
That's like that's
Okay, advantage and disadvantage. When there are rare situational factors that give someone a significant edge, they may roll with advantage. Similarly, when such factors impact their chance of success negatively, they roll with disadvantage. Such a roll is resolved by rolling twice and using the better for advantage or worse result for disadvantage.
perfect. D&D rules. Got it.
So yes, you can use your void point.
All right, I used one of them.
Okay.
Wait, I only had one, right? Or did I
Yeah.
have two?
You had one. That's what you said
Hey.
earlier.
I'm gonna make the rule now that if it's not on the character sheet or in notes or whatever, then it's gone. Because
Okay.
I don't want to keep track of ammo and I don't
Yeah.
want to keep track of void points. So
The thing
uh,
was I had 2 void points checked, and I don't know if I just checked another one on that 11. Either way, I got
don't-
an 18.
okay. So it's a little bit of a struggle with the two of you, but you are able to open the crate.
All right. I'm gonna kind of stand up, and I'm just gonna kind of slither out, like army commando style.
You like snake person, like
This is as assuming Metal Gear. Like,
yeah. So you're able to slip into the office. You do see kind of much better, obviously, when the lights are blinking. That the office does seem to be empty, although like Rat communicated to Tick, you do see that the door is open,
Okay.
and there does seem to be people moving around out there.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. After I crawl out, I'm gonna just really quick whisper to Mr. Mittens to watch the door and alert me if anybody's coming. So he's gonna jump off.
the cat's
And
gonna
then
stop.
no, alert me. He's gonna be our
It's gonna meow super loud,
yeah.
like it wants food.
So then I'm gonna work on lifting the body off of the grate so that it's not on there anymore.
Okay. If you've tried to ever carry
Well, not carry. Sorry, slide. Like just pull a
just
body.
pull over. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say carrying like a lifeless body is much harder than it actually seems. So you kind of just like pull at the clothes that they're wearing, and you're able to like pull it off of the grate.
Okay.
For those of you, the two of you who were lifting the grate, it becomes much lighter.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's still not enjoyable, but it is now 130 pounds less.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I look over at you. I look over at you and I signal up if you want.
All right, then I'm gonna, as quickly as possible, kind of pull myself out, and then grab the grate to hold it from behind, like I'm pulling it back.
Okay. And then
Yeah, I'll jump up.
okay.
All right.
I look at Tick, and I'm like pointing down. Help me lower it quietly,
Yeah. Come over and help him.
so we get it back down without it slamming.
Somebody's like toes are in there. Uh,
All right. So
Hopefully
now that they're up,
Mufasa's that motherfucker.
now that I went first, bitch. Now that they're up, I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna kind of point in my eyes and then point at the door, and then I'm gonna go just kind of like inside, like on the wall right inside the door, and I'm just gonna kind of stand there holding my knife ready. Mr. Mittens jumps back up on my shoulders.
Kind of like preparing for an attack
Yeah,
if need
if
be.
anybody comes in, I'll be ready.
So, is this another door? There's the one door that you were having Mr. Mittens alert us to was kind of where we came from.
I thought there's only one door.
There is only one door
Okay.
to the southeast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Correct.
To
Yep.
the southeast. So there might be a
Correct.
door
That's
to the northwest.
You
There
just
is
said there's
there
only
is
one
not.
door.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, there
What
might be
the-
if you just punch a hole through the wall, there will then be a door.
All right.
that's
so
the
I'm
door
gonna
where
be,
we came from.
I'm gonna be posted right inside the door with the knife.
Can you?
All right. Go ahead.
Is there a
Ed.
way to shut the door? Like, can I go over there and like? Is there a way to shut the door? I don't know how like things work in here. Like when there's like a shut off, I don't know if there's a manual way to like shut the door and like seal it. Like you can sometimes
Like an
see
old
in
ship?
like yeah, like an old submarine and stuff. Like if things don't work, there's still like a manual way to shut doors.
Yeah, so there's like a lever system within. Wouldn't call it a hinge because it's a sliding door.
Yeah,
But like through
that's
the
what I
door
assumed. Yeah.
mechanism, you can pull it in case of like a sudden loss of air pressure, like a like the hole is breached or something like that. So you are able to close it, but I will say that it is not well maintained. So whether it works or not,
I think it's worth a try. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Tix says worth a try. I'm gonna disagree. So Hayes, you're the deciding vote. I'm gonna shake my head no.
Well, I'm not
You just want the door to
necessarily
be
over
open?
by you guys,
Yes.
but I do move to, if the door's on the southeast side, I'm gonna move to the northeast to try to get out of vision, hopefully, from whatever is over there, and just peek around and what's all in here.
so just a quick description of the room. Abstract moving patterns are being projected on cloth-covered ceilings. It seems as if kind of like the bar, the Surasuro, there's like kind of cloth canopies that cover everything. Um, you see monitors, which probably would have shown the security camera footage and server statuses covering the walls because you kind of shut all of that shit down. It just shows static currently. But uh, walls are covered with hollow photos portraying old friends and the time before the war. You can see that monotone is in some, but not all of them. So there's some like selfies with monotone and some other people. But you see you recognize Hina from because you've met her. There is one other individual who appears pretty frequently within the pictures, but you're unsure of who that might be. You also see a desk with a personal computer on top of it, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Question: we never met Monotone, right? So we wouldn't necessarily know what he looks like.
That is correct.
Okay.
So
Can we look at the dead body and see if it just happens to be the
backpack.
person on all of the pictures? Because I'd like to
So
look at the dead body maybe after looking at the pictures just to
I thought you were at the
see.
door.
Well, yeah, that's fair. We are still at the door because Ryan and I are trying to figure out if we're going to shut this shit or
we're
not.
fighting. We're silently fighting right now.
You're right.
So yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know that it's monotone.
Yeah.
I'm
Bit of a
gonna
good call.
snap kind of quietly, but trying to get Mufasa's attention.
Sir,
Snap,
quiet
quiet?
snap.
I
You
quietly
can
clap at them.
you can
No.
He
snap
golf claps.
louder, quieter.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Like mostly just doing the motion
You
to try to
can
get you guys'
absolutely.
attention.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get
He's like
Mufasa's
asking for the
attention.
waiters, like
Check, please. Check, please.
All right.
Do either of
So
you two see me or anything?
I see this psycho fake snapping in the background. Just so I look
Um,
over at him.
I'm gonna point towards the personal computer and then back at Mufasa.
And then but I
Mm.
again, eyes, door, eyes, door.
I'll go up and like kind of push him or pull him back, motion like I'll cover the door.
Okay, I'm
Or
gonna
I'm gonna
hand you.
stand by that handle or whatever in case some shit happens. I can
Uh,
shut the door, but
I'm
I'm not
gonna
gonna do it yet.
I'm gonna hand you the oscillating knife, so it's in your inventory now. Somebody's got to cover the door.
Mr. Mittens have like metal claws. Like
He does 1d6 damage. Thank you.
I think you're right. I think the rat does
With a
as well.
All right.
You
So
get robot rabies.
I'm
Robot
gonna
plague.
before I head over, I'm gonna kind of look at Tick and Hayes, and I'm just gonna kind of mouth whisper, "Circuit board." Like that's why we're here. Look, look, and point across the room. And then I'm gonna head for the personal computer.
Can I have rat look for the circuit board? Because maybe I was to say, is there a way you can like tell us what we're looking for? Right? Do we have a specific number or something that we can tell him to like search for?
Nope.
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 Those are all
Okay.
things that you could have asked the mechanic and did
Yeah.
not.
That's
Um,
fair.
so yeah, you are unsure of the circuit board. You don't know if it's 1 inch or like the size of a wall. You know nothing about this other than you need a circuit board. Uh,
A power module specifically,
Power
but
module. Sorry. Yeah, that's what it was.
yeah. So you're just like praying it's in a box labeled power module.
for the Chevy Nova, it's going to be in a Chevy Nova box.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna head for the computer, pulling out my tablet as I go, and then I'm going to kind of crouch down as low as I can to not be seen from the door, and I'm gonna plug in.
so really quick, you do hear what sound to be 2 more gunshots
That's
coming
cool.
from
No, that's
the
great.
far room. They don't seem to be aimed at you or
Okay.
any of you in particular, but
So
shit's
that's from
going
the
down
next
in the
room.
other rooms. That's the direction it's coming from. You're unsure if it's from that room or one of the adjoining hallways. You don't see a muzzle flash or anything, but also, do space guns have muzzle flash?
It's a good
I
question.
don't know. You'll find out if you ever get it.
Ask a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna plug into the computer.
So when you plug into the computer, you are returned with what looks to be a like a request for a password.
Oh. And I'm gonna say, "Hey, bud, I forgot my password. Can we?"
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we can passwords, old news. You just gotta answer this security question.
Okay, what's the security question?
What is your mother's maiden name?
Is there like a? Can we do like a? Click all the pictures that contain a car. Can we do that instead?
Yeah, see about that. There's a lot of AI intelligence that use these computer systems. They can't pick a stoplight out of a, like a bus or a, bicycle. They don't know any of that shit. We can't use those types of things.
Okay,
I got a different security question if you uh
sure. Let's get the backup question.
okay. So the second backup question, second question, um what was the name of the elementary school you went to?
Okay. I'll be right back, computer friend.
Cool.
I'm gonna, I'm just gonna unplug,
Cool,
and I'm
cool,
gonna look up
cool.
at Hayes and Tick, and I'm gonna do that psycho thing where you're snapping but not really snapping, and I'm just gonna go like this, like no, nope.
Okay.
Not an option, huh?
I'm gonna peek through the hallway and see if I can see anyone that's in the next room.
Yep.
Okay,
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna at least tell Rat to look for something that says power module or something that says PM somewhere. Like at least send him to do something.
okay.
Is the
So
next room the room with the hatch that we first went through?
That's what you're
yeah.
looking for right now, right?
hmm
So essentially, there's like a connecting tunnel that
Mm-hmm.
connects the original room with the hatch, kind of where you started, to this office.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of hallway essentially, but through that hallway is that main room with all the like junkies in it.
Can I see anyone or the AIs?
So it's pretty dark. The blinking red light does help kind of illuminate through. Your eyes are kind of adapted since red light doesn't affect uh, affect low light vision. So it you can see that there seems to be still people kind of rummaging around the room. Uh, seems to be a small brawl in the middle of the room, maybe two or three people like fighting each other. You do see a handful of uh, bodies, unsure male or female, but there are lifeless corpses kind of scattered around the room. Uh, but that's about it.
Okay. While he's looking out there, I'm gonna start looking around for a power modulator quickly. I'm going to go quickly, opening drawers, whatever.
Okay. So roll me a savvy. Also, I don't do that. Do the robots have stats? Can they roll me a savvy as well?
They don't have that stat as far as I know.
Oh fuck, what is it? Slash roll.
DR13, 1 HP, bite 1d6. That's all they give them. You want to just
I
call
guess
it a
go ahead
zero?
and roll it and be zero.
Okay, that's
Um,
fair.
Or maybe it uses your savvy since it's your AI.
Also zero, so that's perfect.
How do you roll again?
Type
Roll.
/R and then hit tab. And
Rat
then
didn't find
1D.
shit.
I rolled a 14.
14. Okay, so you find a couple of things while kind of searching. The first thing is in the desk, you find what looks to be a box with 15 9mm rounds. Um, so
Mine.
you can take those if you want. You find that behind one of the drapes on the walls where the pictures had been projected, you find a safe. The safe seems to be computer activated. The other thing that you find is you find under the keyboard is a post-it note with what looks to be the name Roy,
Roy?
just Roy.
Okay. Uh I'm gonna plug back into the computer.
What up, buddy?
Hey
Long
friend,
time.
I'm back.
Hey, glad to see
Hey,
you. You got that password for me this time?
yeah, can I get uh can I try Roy?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely try that.
I'm gonna try
Uh,
Roy.
yeah, that was it. That was it. I don't know if you
Sweet.
guessed that. That was a super good guess.
No, I
Uh,
knew the password, obviously. I just forgot it, and then I remembered, so it wasn't a guess. So,
that makes sense. That makes
yeah.
sense. Happens all the time. If you need to reset it, we could do that. It'll send to your email address. Um, if you get an email and it's not you, you can ignore that. Your password will not be changed. But
Can we do that, please? Can we send a link to the email?
yeah, yep,
Okay,
yeah,
please
done,
reset. I appreciate
done.
it. Okay. I'm gonna hop up to the computer and I'm gonna log in and check my email quick.
Yep. You pull up the email system. It seems to be just uh, like Office 2003. Have not updated. It's just Outlook. Just Outlook 2003. You'd think they would have switched to at least the newer version, but you work with what you got.
Okay, so I'm gonna check the email and see if the password link's sent.
You do see a password. It's the email is just titled "What's up, buddy?" Password reset.
Okay, I'm gonna click the link in the password reset.
Okay. It just asks you to set a new password and then confirm the password.
Okay. New
Um,
password is Hayes was here.
it's gotta have a number and a symbol.
Hayes was here. Hayes was here. 12 exclamation point.
Perfect.
That's my favorite number.
All right, it's perfect.
So the after typing that in and confirming it, it does say that the password was reset successfully.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I'm gonna hop back in and talk to my computer buddy. Hey, buddy, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Did you get that?
Hey.
Did you get that password email?
I did. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Dope.
Can I? Hey, could you do me one more favor, bud, before I go?
Absolutely.
Could you pop open this safe for me?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you hear kind of a click. What you can only assume to be the safe door, kind of unlocking and swinging slightly ajar.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna check out now, buddy. But I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. I'll look forward to talking to you in the future.
All right. See you later, bud.
Hayes hears something and looks back and notices the tapestry move, and he's just like flabbergasted, but you can't see obviously through his mask.
I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna pop up with my computer. I'm gonna give him a double thumbs up. Turn around, and I'm gonna search the safe.
You see kind of just the screensaver turn on, and it's just a thumbs up symbol bouncing between the walls. It'll never hit a corner perfectly. You hope it will. It will never do it.
Never does. Never
no.
does.
But that's the screensaver now. So slightly before you go to check the safe, as you're logging off, all of you hear what seems to be a loud scream as a junkie with a lead pipe starts running down the hallway towards the office.
Um,
I look over at Hayes quick, and as I'm holding the door, like.
as it's running, I am going to stick my foot out to try to trip her.
Okay. Go ahead, I guess. Roll me a body check.
Better be a really good body check.
12.
Well, that is a success. That's all we need. So you stick out your foot kind of at the last second. Luckily, the light being low, the junkie doesn't see it. Hits your foot and kind of loses their momentum, toppling over. You hear a clang as the lead pipe just goes rolling. And
I'm gonna peek out down the hallway and see if I can tell anyone else is following her.
doesn't seem like it.
I want to go for that lead pipe.
Okay.
All right, this is a little brutal, but I'm gonna go try to stab her in the back of the neck.
Okay.
Damn.
She got serious.
Damn.
So, really quick. So, combat is structured into rounds. Each one's 10 seconds. The kind of cool thing about how this game works is that when someone enters combat, they're first in initiative. When their turn is done, they pick who they want to go next, friend or foe, and then that person gets to pick who goes next, and then that third person picks who goes fourth, so on and so forth.
Interesting.
If you are the very last person to go, you can pick yourself to start the next round.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to,
Oh.
Okay,
but you
see.
could. So you could kind of like snake order, like just the last to go first. So because the person is prone and you weren't really in combat, then I'm going to just say that is the start of one, so you can just do it. and you're gonna need an attack roll is resolved by rolling a 1d20,
16.
adding the character's body to the roll, and a melee attack. Is that plus the 1d4 for the because you have the
Oh, yeah,
dice
yeah. So it's not 1D. Okay, so it's 1D20
plus
for a hit,
your
and then it's the
character's body.
1D20 minus 1. I got a 16. So that's to tell if it hits, and then I do the 1D4 for damage.
Um.
Just like D&D.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. And then there's critical hits. So yeah, this person is prone. They
Got a
were
2.
2 for damage. So they were prone because they fell over. Um, seems as if they ran into this room expecting to like fight somebody or steal something. They weren't entirely sure. They didn't know you were in here. So you stab them directly into the neck. And you hear
Just smirk. He's getting bigger and bigger.
you hear some gurgling noises as they start aspirating blood into their lungs. But after a while, they just kind of quit breathing. Um,
I look back at
Are
Hazel.
you happy with yourself?
Bro.
I
Well,
look. I look at
I've-
Mufasa. You gave that.
after a brief moment of shock, I realize I kind of come back and realize where we are, and I'm
Yeah.
like, search the bodies. I'll check the safe.
Yeah, I want to grab that lead pipe off the ground.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
pat her pockets and stuff.
'Kay.
She's junky. Good luck.
Oh, and
Yeah.
wipe the blood off on her clothes.
Oh, not Mufasa's lane.
I'm too far away, bitch.
So, firstly, you do pick up the pipe. It counts as another melee weapon, so it's 1d4
Okay.
damage. And it has a what's the word? Durability? Is that what I'm looking for? What's
Condition.
condition? It's got a condition of 3.
Okay.
Is it one slot as well?
1 slot. Yep. It will take a little bit more to break a lead pipe. You can do it. A little rusty, but
Wait, doesn't Justin have to roll a d6 to see if his condition went down on his
After
knife?
the situation, yeah.
Oh,
Which I'm assuming the situation is essentially done.
yeah, you've killed her.
I got a 4, so it's good.
all right. I'm gonna just. Or do you want to do Justin rooting through the pockets first, or me in the safe?
The pockets. We'll do the pockets first because it's real empty. So
After I
All
get
right.
done with the lead pipe, I would like to go look at the body that we pushed off of the grate. If I can take a look at that.
so safe first. So in the safe,
That's fair.
you find 200 hollows.
Taking him.
You find a
What?
key and
E.
a key. And you find
Kilo.
like a small plastic box. Almost looks like I don't know, like a shipping box almost.
All right. I'm gonna pull that out of the safe, put it on the desk, and open it.
Okay. So
While
you
he's doing that, I'm just gonna note that I'm looking down the tunnel again and moving back to the door.
kind of preparing yourself again. Okay.
Yep.
So you open the package and you find what looks to be like a small computer module or circuit board of some sort. You don't know if it's the circuit board you need. It just says 13D on it. It's the only writing.
Fuck.
13 Delta.
Fuck.
But you find a circuit board. As for the dead body that was on the grate, you take a look at it. It doesn't seem to be anyone you recognize from the pictures on the
Okay.
wall, based on their skeleton-esque cheekbones and wiry frame. You assume it's a junkie who
Yeah.
rushed the room when the door opened. They obviously had been shot through the chest, as a heads up.
I'm gonna kind of try and get everybody's attention, and I'm gonna point down and I'm gonna say power modulator.
All right, I'm gonna point to the. Well, shit, I don't even know. Gonna wave you over.
Okay,
Since
I'm gonna
both of
close the
you.
container.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
get
is it
done
like
looking at the body and I come back to the door.
is the container small enough to like fit in my pack with my
Yeah.
other
Oh yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna close it and put it in my pack then, and I'm gonna head
It's
over
like
to the gate.
the whole package is like, we'll just say like 6 inches by 8 inches.
Okay,
So
all right, I'm heading towards Hayes.
All right, and then when they're both there, I don't know that there's a point to go back through the grate at this point. I think we should try to use this chaos to get out of here and just move slow.
If I don't know if that's a good idea, I'd almost rather go into the grate. Oh,
See where else
no.
it leads, because there were other
Yeah,
directions.
there was other
Yeah, you
direction.
go. Yeah, you
East.
can go
We
the
could
other
have gone east.
direction.
All right,
Mhm.
let's do that.
All right, I'm gonna head over and start to lift up the grate.
I'm gonna signal Rat back to me since, or like, did he find anything? I'm assuming not, since I rolled a 3. He didn't find shit.
no, unfortunately, not. Um, the kind of rat just kind of moved around and observed, but everything seems to have been off the ground and
Uh,
like a little more concealed.
Is
We
there okay?
get back.
As I'm going to the gate, I'm like, is there anything else we want to search for? I also found a key. We don't even know if this is the right power modulator, but I think we're running out of time.
I mean, I look at him and I'm like, what did the key look like? Like, look at the key.
Well, it had a bunch of ridges in it. It looked like a fucking key, Tick.
Is there any markings on like the top part? Like anything? Like,
I'm
look at
gonna
the fucking key.
pull out the key and look at it, Josh.
It says Schlag.
Lag.
What is this, a fucking house door key?
Yep. It's a little pyramid shaped on the top, and yeah, looks
I
like a
don't know.
key.
I look at
I'm gonna take a quick glance around the room and see if there's anything that the key might fit into.
No.
Okay.
The door has an electronic lock on it, so probably required a key card at some point.
Okay.
But there doesn't seem to be anything needing a physical key.
Okay. We're just real quick. Last shot, boys. Do we want to go, or do you want me to ask the computer what this key is?
It's worth asking. I mean, see if it happens
Hayes?
to know.
I don't know. I don't know.
If it
I'll
helps,
take your guys's.
y'all hear one more distant gunshot.
Oh, great.
So they're further away. It's distant, right?
Seemed more distant than the last time.
All
but
right. I'm gonna go fast. I'm gonna race towards the computer. I'm gonna pull up my tablet as I go, and I'm gonna plug back in.
Okay. What up, bro?
Hey, buddy, I'm back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Uh,
Long time.
Hey, so I just remembered I had this key in that safe, but I can't remember what it's to. Do you know? Can you?
Ooh, yeah. I'm not a clue. Not a clue.
No.
It's not. I don't have anything on the computer systems that require a key.
Yeah. Can you
Um,
search through my emails or anything, or any of my files that mention a key with the word? What was the word?
Schlag.
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 With the word schlag on it. Can you do a search?
Yeah. Let me. Outlook just pulls up and it just types in schlag into the search box.
At the very top.
Yeah.
All boxes.
It's just a let me Google that for you webpage. And so Outlook's spinning, like looking through the email. It's Outlook 2003. It's gonna take a minute. So anything you all want to do while he's scouring the
Play
email?
Minesweeper.
I'm gonna
Peter.
point to Tick, kind of tap him, and start walking back towards the grate, and pocket the knife.
I'm just still standing by the door, like kind of waiting and watching in case.
While Hayes is at the grate, holding it and staring at Tick.
Okay, well, it was. I didn't know if you need to do a body roll or something to like open it. So
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me.
Well, I'm trying to get Tick over to give me backup so that I don't pull a fucking muscle.
Pull a hammy.
I
Don't
can
roll a
roll
one.
with. I can roll with you. Like that's fine.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay, you
So
seem
I
to be
got a bullet point.
struggling.
Oh, that is.
You seem to be struggling a little bit
You
with it.
are.
It seems that blood has kind of seeped into the bars, and you just keep losing grip on them.
All right, come over and help him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a body check.
16.
You are able to. He's like getting it a little off the ground before like slipping. You're able to kind of like get up under it, and the two of you combined are able to lift that grate. So, yeah, I found an email for you. Do you want me to open that for you?
That'd be great, bud.
So, an email opens up. It seems to be what looks to be a manifest list. And there's one item that's kind of highlighted. You know how like when you search for something that it like highlights when it finds it. Uh, and it's just manifest, and it's labeled mysterious box in space and Schlag key, both marked 1.
Say that again, one more time.
Mysterious box in space and Schlag key, both are marked 1 on this
Nothing
manifest.
else in the email.
Nope, just seems to be a log.
Outside of game, Justin, did you take notes on that?
No, I didn't.
It's worthless.
All right. Sorry, I'm
Fucking
sorry.
is.
Say it one more time.
There's a mysterious box in space, and I want to open it.
Box in space.
Probably someone's fucking key from Earth on their house, and we'll never, ever, ever get to it. But whatever,
Okay.
it's fine.
So go ahead and roll me a savvy, I guess.
Everybody?
Nope, just you.
Okay.
You're the only one. You're the only one reading this manifest. Or is there like an intelligence? I don't.
17.
0.
There's no intelligence.
Okay. So, you understand that because this is a shipping manifest, it's either they have found a mysterious box in space and are bringing it somewhere, or they've brought a mysterious box and they've put it into space. Right? Because if it's a shipping manifest, it has to be shipped somewhere.
Right. Okay.
So you are unclear if they've put the box in the space or they've taken the box from space.
Okay.
But
Can I check? Hey, bud, can you find me the shipping manifest? See where this is?
yeah, like you mean like the location?
Yeah. Like where they get shipped to? They get shipped from here or to here? Where's it at?
Let me he just like scrolls to the top of the email and then copies the shipping ID into the search box. He's like let's see here. And like an email comes up, and what it says is it seems to be someone's just like DMs that have cached themselves in email form. And it seems to be monotone talking about finding a box in space and storing it in his safe.
Oh, so the box I currently have.
They found it.
Okay. All right. Fair
Sorry,
enough.
you just a little staple in the
What-
bottom corner. Like,
What did I
hey,
do?
bud.
He's
box was
Clippy.
Clippy.
Clippy Jesus.
I just imagine that's what. Hey, how's it going, bud?
So the box was already open unless the key doesn't go to this box. I'm gonna pull out the box and look for a keyhole on it.
Okay. So you pull out the container and yeah, it's just like a shipping container. It's plastic. There's no
no
keyhole.
key. All right,
No.
so there's another box somewhere. Well, either way, I think we're out of time. So, fuck, I want to do more, but I don't want to get shot. I'm not gonna take my chances. So I'm gonna say, hey, bud, one more time. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for all your help.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
All right, I'm gonna unplug, put all the shit back in my pack, and I'm gonna kind of run towards the hatch.
Okay.
And
So
as I'm passing, I'm just gonna say, "There's a box here somewhere that this key goes to. We'll worry about it later." And I'm gonna jump into the hatch.
I imagine that you do like a super cool slide in the
Oh
blood,
yeah,
like
clearly.
into the
Yeah.
but yeah. Okay. So yeah. Do you all jump down into the grate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are back in the ventilation system.
Fuck! I forgot to lock the computer. Hopefully it auto locks after a certain amount of time, and he can't remember, or he doesn't know his password. I'm hoping. All right.
You afraid some chunky's gonna get in there or what?
No, I'm worried monotone's gonna come back.
What?
All right.
You also just left those manifest emails open. So
Yeah, I did. I just left everything open. Fuck.
To the east?
you're just praying that it like
Well,
has a auto
south
lock
and
in
then
5
east.
minutes or whatever.
I don't want to risk going back out there either. I'm not gonna risk it.
Okay. So the only way to go is
South.
back south.
So you continue south, and if you remember, there was you know a branch. You could go east, west, and south. Continued south, I guess.
Then east. We're gonna go back to the room or potentially past that room. Because we could still go east from there.
So you kind of head back east. You pass towards the grate that you originally dropped down into. And the tunnel system continues in the east direction. As you kind of continue, it does end up connecting to kind of like a Y. So it goes north-ish and southeast-ish. It doesn't have like really cardinal directions. But it's you can go left or you can go right.
I'm assuming Tick is in the lead, so pick a direction, I suppose.
Left then.
Left. Okay, so you only go maybe 50 more feet, and you find a large metal airlock door. Seems as if the it's another one of those like 4 foot by 4 foot rooms. So the door is roughly 4 feet.
Does it have a window?
It does not.
Fuck it. Should we go back?
Yeah, let's
I
go
don't
back.
know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Okay. Did you want to go the other direction in the Y?
Yes. To the south. Southeast.
So you can continue southeast-ish, and you come to what looks to be a ladder heading up to a much smaller, much more accessible grate. Kind of like
Perfect.
it's like a single person, like manhole cover sort of thing.
Tick will go up that way.
I'm assuming it only goes up.
Yeah, it just goes up from like the room that you're in. So you go and you open the grate and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and try to open the grate.
Okay,
You think
so
a one man should be that bad?
you open the grate and kind of head up, and you see that this is a mess hall. The room is currently empty. There's kind of a weird smell, but you see like an open fridge with the words "fuck Roy" kind of just like scrawled
Hmm.
into the side with what looks to be like maybe a knife or something jagged, but uh, you see that since the door has been left open, there seems to be fruit inside of the fridge, but it's all kind of gone bad. You assume probably the weird smell is all of the rotting food inside of that fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out of the hatch, keep it open for the other guys.
I'll jump out next.
So you do see a door kind of to your right and a door to your left, but both of them seem to be closed. And then there's like a long table in the middle. Do you remember like I don't know if you guys had this like in your schools, but they were like cafeteria tables where the chairs were built in. Did you have
Yep.
those? So
Yep.
it's like one of those. So there's
Okay.
like 8 stools attached to a table that folds
Okay.
up.
Hayes is still in there.
Yeah, Hayes comes out. And you said there's 2 doors.
One to the right and one to the left.
We need. I kind of tell her the guys we need to figure out our bearings and try and get back to the elevator.
Well, at this point, I feel like east would take us back towards where we came from, and west is gonna go further away.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, when we got off the elevator, we could have technically turned right or gone straight, and we went straight off the elevator. So if we go east, you think that'll take us back towards the elevator?
I mean, more so than west will,
Yeah.
All right. Uh,
but
I
it's probably
think
just gonna take us back to that same room. At least we're not coming out of the office.
yeah. I think if anybody if we get spotted, we try and play it off like we're docile junkies. Like we're just stoned, not aggressive.
We don't look very much like junkies, but we'll give it a shot.
All right. Well, somebody else goes first.
Nose goes.
I'll go first
All
since
right.
there's a lot of my kind that are junkies and stuff. So
Are you
Okay.
holding the pipe still?
I mean, I have it in my inventory. I'm not like holding it per se.
So it's stowed away.
It's up my keister.
So when you say that you want to head east, does that mean you're heading to the right door or to the left door?
The left
I
door.
want to clarify because neither of those are east. Uh,
Oh.
I mean, one is more east than the other, but
You should do the little snippets and drop it in the handout
but I
intake.
like that the ductwork is
Yeah.
confusing.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair. Okay.
I also invented a whole bunch of ductwork that is not on this map. So
All right.
Perfect.
So I'm going to reach into my pack, and I'm going to reach into a little bag that's in my pack, and I'm going to pull out. I have a bag of metal pieces called coins. I'm going to pull out one of those coins, and I'm going to say, heads we go right, tails we go left, and I'm going to flip it.
I like it.
Roll a 1d2.
Yeah, which is which, by the way? Heads and tails, 1 or 2.
I believe that's up to Josh.
No, you could pick.
Oh. Okay.
I
heads is
mean I
1.
will. I as long as you. No, like say one is left or right. And,
Yeah. Okay. So one is left, 2 is right.
and if that app does not give you a 1d2, I do have.
2.
2. Right.
Okay, so you head right, and there is a window in this door, and you see what looks to be a long hallway. You recognize it as most likely the hallway outside the elevators.
Okay.
There was a right-hand hallway that you chose not to go down. You believe that is the same hallway.
Okay. I say we head, but be careful about the guy who's missing his pamphlet. Remember, we stole his pamphlet. He might be at
Yeah.
the end of the hall.
I need. I pull the pamphlet out so that it's in my hand and ready,
Okay.
and I'll actually lead in case we run into him.
All right. Go ahead. Hayes goes first.
So
I'm gonna
I'm
hang back and
gonna
go last.
slide the door open.
It is locked.
I thought we
Fuck.
unlocked all the doors.
This one is not unlocked.
Oh no, because we unlocked 27 of 86 doors.
Shit.
Well, that's
Fuck.
unfortunate.
I guess we're gonna have to go through the other door, or else we head back through the vent and pop up in the original room.
I'm gonna do a little savvy check around the room, see if there's any panels or something.
Go ahead and roll for that. Or yeah.
Fucking 9.
You are not doing
I have
hot
two-
with the rolls.
I have 2 void points now.
So I'll say that you don't really see anything that looks to be like a computer panel. There is the normal keypads by either door. Like I said, that typically would use like a key card or
Is
something.
there a place I can plug into or no?
Nope.
Well,
Does
we
it
know there's
have a typical Schleg keyhole?
It does not. It is not a house key.
Does it have like one of those bars like we're inside the office door?
So it does have one. You can try it.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Seems to be locked.
Fuck. All right, boys. Down in the back in the hatch to the original room, or do we want to try the left door?
I'd say left.
Yeah, let's try left.
That was the opposite of what I wanted, but let's do left.
So this one also has a window on it. You see what looks to be a poorly lit room on the other side. No blinking lights or anything, just pretty dark. You can't really tell what's in there. You can tell it's not space. It's not. That's not why it's dark. It's not space. It is a room, but you don't know what's in it.
Does there appear to be anyone in it?
No, not that you can see from the window at least.
All right, well, I'm going to put the pamphlet back away.
Okay.
And try to open the door.
Okay. You click the button, and it slides open. Nothing immediately jumps at you or fires a gun at you or anything. Nothing bad. But there's a kind of a poorly lit room in front of you.
And it's not like a tunnel or a hallway. This is just a door directly to another room.
Directly to another room.
All right, what's in this room?
Like what's in the new room.
Yes.
So you kind of like peek inside and you see that there are pods all lined up in the wall. It seems to be the sleeping quarters for kind of the gang. And each pod has a display that shows a name, the health status, and location according to a schedule for each occupant. Two pods look to have a green as opposed to a gray screen, which you know from the pods means that there's someone actively sleeping inside of it. And you kind of see through the windows in the pods that some have like pictures of their family, some have like books and things. They're not exactly like tons of space, but each one is assigned to a person. This is their living quarter, essentially. Um,
And the green means they're occupied.
yeah. So there's two actively sleeping in the pods. You assume they're asleep. They're at least in the pods.
Well, when we were looking in to notice pics and stuff, I guess did it look like they were sleeping?
So you would have to go up to them to kind of like
Really
look
look? Okay.
into the window, but
What
because
else? Sorry, go ahead.
because the pods kind of surround the entire room, and the only reason that you know those ones are like contain people is that their screen was green. So you haven't like really delved deep into each and every one, but
So if the pods take up the entire wall space, are there no other doors?
nope.
We need to look around for an access key or something. Either that or we need to go check one of these pods. And
I don't really want to wake anybody up, do you? I mean, you guys have weapons, so as long as you get them ready.
well,
You ready to you want to commit some more murder today, Hayes?
we could open the pods and send Rat and Mr. Mittens in to get a jump on them and distract them, and then we run in.
How big are these pods?
I mean, they're like big enough that you can sleep in with some storage space. They're
So
not
there'd be no
big.
point in even sending them in.
You ever seen those like Tokyo pod hotels?
Yeah.
Kind
Alright.
of like that. Kind of like
Okay.
that.
Um,
Hmm.
I'm gonna just go up to one of the greens and just kind of peek very carefully, try not to let me be seen on the outside.
Okay. So you kind of like peek in. I don't know how you do that super stealthily, but it doesn't super matter because it looks to be just like a random sleeping dude in there. Seems as if the light is out within the pod, um, but you see that they're either sleeping or they're dead. I mean,
Is the head closest to the door or the feet closest to the door?
so this room is. I will send a screenshot of this room. Copy.
Because, guys, the door out there is locked. There's no other way. There's two people in here. So, my assumption is that they have to have a way to get out when they wake up.
Yes, they would.
Do you see that snip?
Mhm.
Yes.
So you are looking in the pod on the right hand side.
So the triangle means there's somebody in there?
The ones in the wall, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's the triangle in the middle?
Where
That's
we are, I guess.
that's essentially where you're
Okay.
standing.
Alright.
Had you done this in a slightly different order, maybe that would have been something else. But that triangle in the floor means nothing to you.
Okay.
So I guess that didn't answer my question. If I were to open the pod, is the dude's head closest to the pod door or further away?
The head is like pointing north. The
Oh, so
farther
they
away.
sleep vertical?
Uh, no, I mean like if you're looking at the picture, like northward, upward. So like the head is farther away from the door. It's at a weird angle, so it's kind of hard to say. But
But if you were to open the pod, his head is right there in reaching distance. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Oh, you thought that they went like
Yes.
out.
like the Tokyo pods where they
Think of
slide
these
in.
like what some of them do, but think of these like real fancy bunk beds.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
Well, I don't know if you guys have a better plan, but we're running out of time. We need to get our ship out of here. We have something that could get us. Unless you guys have other options, then yes, I say this
All right.
fucker gets shanked.
Get your weapons ready. I'll open the pod. You get ready to. Adam's gonna beat him to death. Justin's gonna stab him to death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
just gonna try
kick
to
and
stab
kick.
him immediately when it opens
All right.
right into the side of the head.
All right. I'm going to reach down and open the pod.
so you open the pod. Doesn't seem to be locked or anything. Um, the guy doesn't seem to wake up. Like he's pretty out cold. He's obviously breathing, but he's kind of
Wow.
used to living with a bunch of other people in small quarters. So he doesn't immediately wake up.
Well, what would have made sense is to try to search him quietly, but I already said as soon as the door opens, I'm shoving the blade into the
Yep.
side of his
Getting
head.
him.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that.
If you fucking miss on killing a sleeping guy
Ooh, I'm gonna do advantage.
already.
Well, I
He's got a
have
couple
2
void
void
points.
points,
Oh.
so I'm just using one.
Let me let-
1d20 minus 1.
What does advantage give you again?
I get to roll
Double
twice.
roll.
roll twice, pick the better of the two.
14 and an 8. So
Okay. I'm assuming you want to pick the 14.
yes, I do.
You do successfully stab him. Let's see, what is his HP? Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh.
2.
2. Okay, so you do try to just like hit him in the face with this knife. You do connect well, but it's a glancing blow off of his skull.
Ooh.
Kind of like cutting the side of his face and head open. He does wake up. That does wake him. He's a deep sleeper, but he's not that deep of a sleeper. And he, he startles awake. So I'm gonna call that start of initiative. If you want to pick the next combatant,
Can I pick Mr. Mittens or Rat?
The
I'm
tick is
gonna.
standing there with a lead pipe in his hand.
I know. I want to know what the
It's
rules are.
it's a fair question. Yeah.
So I think for ease of combat in the future, I think the animal companions will go at the same initiative as their owner.
Okay.
Yeah. That seems
Uh,
reasonable.
That way I don't have to track all of who's gone for that plus all of the animals.
Okay, well then I will pick Tick.
Okay.
Let me know if
Yeah.
you share something again. I turned your. Oh, I can't turn your stream off.
I'm gonna beat him with
Oh,
the lead pipe
I
in the head.
can turn off
Tick
my
with
screen
a
share.
lead pipe in the barracks.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for a melee attack.
Is that body then?
Yep.
Or...
Yeah,
Okay.
1d20 plus your body, or
Okay.
minus your body, whatever.
Oofta.
6.
Okay. So
You get
you
a void
take
point.
like you do get a void point. You take this big like I don't know like slashing attack down on him, but clip the top of the pod,
God,
and just miss him entirely.
we're so bad at
Um,
this.
well, close quarters, right? Uh, Tick gets to pick who goes in initiative.
Rat's
Can he?
stepping in, try and bite him.
I was gonna say
Okay.
rat. Can Mufasa punch?
Oh yeah, you can do melee attacks. Um, I don't know how they work, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
All
But
right, well, rat's gonna head in next, right?
Rat does a crit hit.
that okay, that's nice. We followed the combat page. When rolling a nat 20 on attack rolls, the damage deals is an extra die of damage.
Ooh, so 2d6 damage.
So 2d6. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 7.
Damn.
Okay. So, um,
So he's taking 9 total.
The fucking murderous
yeah.
rat.
So he's just like bleeding profusely out of his face, right? Very surprised because this is how he was woken up. He's having a hard time seeing because if you've ever had a head wound, you know blood gets in your eyes immediately, and then a robot rat just bites him directly in the throat. He kind of like screams and flails, falls out of bed, uh, but doesn't make it too far before uh, he starts also aspirating blood and just dies in like a heap on the floor. All of you seem to notice, like as you look at his corpse, you just see like his pod is just full of like pictures of his kids. Um, they're they seem to be like I don't know, maybe 5, 6, maybe two girls and a boy. Um, Seems as if he really loved them. And that yeah, he dies. He's end of combat.
Oh my god. Murderers! My hands are clean. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
He was a human. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Fuck that guy. Uh, I'm gonna. Then as I reach into the pod to look for like a key card or something, I'm gonna knock all the pictures of the kids over. I'm just gonna swipe my arm and knock them over. I'm gonna start searching through the pod.
Okay.
I'll
Um,
search the body while he does that.
I'm gonna clean
so
the blood off of Rat.
so you are successful in cleaning the blood. The body, he was sleeping. He didn't really have anything on him at the time. But in the pod, you find just a normal knife. Just like just looks like a fixed blade,
Bowie,
Bowie-esque. It's not that
smaller.
big, but it's smaller. Just a fixed blade,
Okay,
like knife. And you find a door key card.
I'm gonna take it. All right, so I'm
Is the
gonna.
knife 1d4 1 space 2 condition?
Yeah, yep.
Um,
Same as the oscillating knife.
so I'm gonna flash them the key card, and I'm gonna say, "Do you guys want to get out of here, or do you want to just commit more manslaughter? Your choice."
Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
As you make that decision and head towards the door, you hear a click. Evidently, you had made a little bit of a commotion,
Fuck.
and the other pod does open.
I'm just gonna yell, "Mr. Mittens, go!"
So I will leave it up to you whether we want to finish this combat
Oh yeah, we should
or
probably.
whether we want to start combat
As I said, that's
Uh,
a good spot.
We'll say it ends
I think
as
we
Mr.
should
Mittens.
no. I think we
Will
should
end.
do this.
Will end as Mr. Mittens is leaping off my shoulder. That'll be the end. To be
All right.
continued.
Yeah.
Before we quit though, we should do advancement for the last 4 sessions.
Do we want to record that or no?
advancement.
We could do that offline and
Yeah, that's
talk about that next time.
Yeah, so really quick, just so you're all aware, here's what it says. At the end of every game session, discuss and answer the following discussions in the group, which we can do in chat. Each positive answer grants 1 XP to the player character. And there's things like, did you repair? Did you deliver something? Did you use at least 1 void point?
Hmm.
Did you find someone new that you can trust? Stuff like that. So,
I
we'll
posted
kind
didn't
that
trust
in
that sleeping guy.
I posted that in general as well, so you guys can peek at it.
of, and then for like an XP cost of 5, then you can increase an ability point. For 15, then you can gain a cosmic mutation, stuff like that. So you can spend those. So at a maximum, or I guess at a minimum, you would have 0 if you did none of these things. At a maximum, you would have +1 per thing.
Okay.
So we'll kind of cover that in the future, but I think it
Alright,
was
you guys Sorry, I was gonna say you
productive.
guys should hang on, and we'll say bye, and then we'll chat.
All right. Well,
Twitch.
end the stream. Adam's ready for bed, so end
I'm
the
ready for food and bed. Yeah.